Okay, as per the question is that there's a coil that is connected across a battery, and there's one more coil that is connected across a galvanometer, and we have to switch on and off and see uh, how will the deflection change. Uh, say actually for understanding this, we need to understand there's a law that's called a Lenz law. Now, what it says is that if there's a magnetic field across a coil, a change in magnetic flux across a coil, then EMF will be induced in that coil, and that EMF induced will oppose the change. I'll just, for the sake of understanding this, I'll draw a diagram here so as to explain that. Say, let me assume that you are having a coil like this. A coil is here in this way, and this is connected across a galvanometer. I'm just trying to explain Lenz law so that we can understand the above question. And we are having a magnet. So this is north and this is south, suppose. And there are magnetic field lines, and these are magnetic field lines. These are magnetic field lines. They're generated here. Now, according to this law, actually, that is connected with the Faraday's law. Faraday's law says that when this magnet is either brought towards the coil, either this way or this way, whenever you change the magnetic field towards the coil, when it's moving towards the coil, the number of lines will be increasing. So we say that flux is increasing. When the magnet is moving away, we say that flux is decreasing. And the law says that whether there is increase, the Faraday's law says that whether there is increase in EMF flux or there is decrease in flux, in both the cases EMF will be generated. Now what does this Lenz law do? It says that the direction of the current, it says that if the magnet is moving towards the coil, say for example if it is moving towards the coil, I'll indicate that. Say if it is moving towards this, when it's moving towards this, the number of lines is getting increased, and Lenz law says that this coil will oppose in that case. Oppose means it will generate its north towards this, so that north and north will be opposing each other. Now say for example in the second case, if this coil is moving away, now suppose this magnet is moving away, this magnet is moving away, say that means this is again the north and south magnet, south, but this time it is moving away from the coil. Coil is again here, suppose this is the coil. So if this is the coil and the magnet is moving away from it, so that means what will happen to the number of lines? Number of lines will keep on decreasing. So if the number of lines decreases, number of lines passing through the coil, that will be decreasing. Or you can say that if we say that here you were having two lines in this, now it seems that there is only one line. So that means this is decreasing. In that case, how this coil should behave is that it should generate its south in this way. It should generate south in this way and north in this way. And south and north of this, they'll attract. So when they attract, that means this will resist the moving of the magnet away from the coil, that because it is attracting it, so therefore it doesn't allow it to move away. And in the first case, it doesn't move it come closer because he is generating north in this way. So that means in the first case, it is opposing by repulsion. In the second case, it is opposing by attraction because north and south will attract each other. So therefore, this is what we mean by Lenz's law. Now let us come to the above question. In the above question, he says that when the key is pressed, when you are pressing key, there was no magnetic field or there was no current initially. But when you send the magnetic field, when you send the current through this, the magnetic field will be generated here. And north will be in this way as per the grip rule, because we know that if the solenoid fingers represent the curl of fingers represent the current, then north will be uh, in the opposite case. Because second coil, it was not having any flux earlier, but now there is a flux going through this. So therefore, how should it oppose? Because it has to oppose, so therefore it will be generating its north in this way. Its north will be in this way. So that's the first case. So therefore, they'll be generating, both of them will be having north, that is same polarity. So that is one case. The second case here is that in the first case, both of them will be having north. Now, second case, when you are breaking the circuit, at the time you are breaking the circuit, the coil has to oppose again. Now, in order to oppose that, this will continue to be north, but magnetic field is getting weaker and weaker because current is decreasing, and this current is decreasing actually somewhat slowly, or you can say that in the fraction of a second. But still, then we can say that current decreases from, say for example, if there was 5 ampere current, you can say that it decreased the moment you broke the key. It decreases slowly like this to 0, say for 5 ampere to 0 in some time. So when it is decreasing to 0, this coil again, because here again earlier there was flux through this, now the flux has changed again. So as per Lenz's law, it will oppose that. So this is continues to be north, but it is getting weaker and weaker. So usko how should it oppose it? So it can oppose it by generating a, it can oppose it by generating a south pole in this way. So that means in this case, because it was having north and north, it will now be having south, so that north and south will attract each other. So that's what he has said in the two cases. In the first case, when the north and north will be there, they'll be opposing. In the second case, it is opposing the reduction of current in the primary coil. So therefore it is generating south, so that south and north can attract. So this is actually the natural tendency in the coils, and that is they have to follow this Lenz law. That's it.